Chosen one, God revealed how to deal with the J person in your life. I am speaking to you now because this is urgent, and you cannot afford to ignore what I am about to reveal, for if you miss this, you may delay a blessing I prepared and prolong a struggle I never intended to last this long. The J person in your life is not there by accident, and I am unveiling how you must handle them so you do not lose your peace, your calling, or the breakthrough standing at your door. This is about protection, wisdom, and positioning, and if you stay with me until the end, you will understand exactly what to do and why it matters. If you believe I am guiding you right now, comment Amen. The J person represents a test wrapped in familiarity, a lesson hidden inside emotion, and a mirror that exposes wounds you have not fully healed. I allowed this connection to show you where you still give too much of yourself to those who do not carry your heart with care. You have felt drained, confused, or even betrayed, and you wondered why I permitted this bond to remain. I am telling you clearly that this is not punishment, but preparation. You must understand that not everyone assigned to your life is meant to stay in your inner circle. Some are sent to reveal your boundaries. The J person has pressed on your kindness, leaned on your loyalty, and sometimes taken advantage of your silence. I have been watching, and I have been teaching you how to respond without losing your spirit. Before I go further, if your heart feels this confirmation and you want others to receive clarity too, take a moment to like the video, because your simple action may help someone else avoid a painful mistake and step into the freedom I am offering. Now, listen closely. The way to deal with the J person is not through anger, revenge, or cold withdrawal. I am not calling you to become hard. I am calling you to become wise. You must shift from emotional reaction to spiritual discernment. The J person may speak in a way that sounds caring, while their actions quietly compete with your growth. They may celebrate you in public, yet question you in private. You have sensed something was off, but you kept giving them the benefit of the doubt because that is who you are. I am not asking you to doubt everyone, but I am teaching you to observe patterns instead of clinging to words. You are chosen, and that means you carry light. Not everyone is comfortable around light, because it exposes what they try to hide. The J person feels the difference in you. They see your favor, your resilience, and the way I keep lifting you even after setbacks. Sometimes their insecurity disguises itself as advice, criticism, or subtle discouragement. Here is how you deal with them. You reduce access without announcing it. You protect your plans without broadcasting them. You answer with calm confidence instead of defending yourself every time they question your direction. If you trust my guidance over your emotions right now, comment 1111. You do not need to fight to prove your worth. I already established your worth. The J person may try to provoke you into arguments so you appear unstable or dramatic. Do not step into that trap. Silence in the right moment is not weakness, it is strength under control. I am also teaching you forgiveness without foolishness. Forgiveness releases your heart from bitterness, but wisdom keeps you from repeating cycles. You can love someone from a distance. You can pray for someone without giving them full access to your decisions. There will be moments when the J person attempts to pull you back into old patterns. They may remind you of shared history, past support, or times they stood by you. Acknowledge the good without ignoring the harm. Gratitude does not require blind trust. You are entering a season where your focus must be sharp. Distractions, disguised as relationships, can slow down destiny. I am aligning you with people who carry peace, not pressure. When you start limiting the influence of the J person, you may feel guilt at first, but that feeling will fade as clarity increases. Remember this: boundaries are not rejection. Boundaries are alignment. When you set them, you are choosing obedience over comfort. The J person may not understand your shift. They may accuse you of changing. You have changed. Growth always looks like distance to those who prefer the old version of you. Do not shrink to maintain approval. I am with you in this. I am protecting your mind from manipulation and your heart from unnecessary wounds. The breakthrough you have been praying for requires emotional maturity. This is the step that unlocks it. You do not confront them with harshness. You confront the situation with consistency. Speak less about your dreams around them. Share victories with those who celebrate without comparison. Watch how peace returns when access is limited. There is also another layer. Sometimes the J person is not malicious but immature. They may not even realize how their behavior affects you. In that case, I will give you the courage to communicate clearly and kindly. Say what you feel without accusation. Express your limits without apology. If they respond with understanding, there is room for healthier connection. If they respond with defensiveness or mockery, that response reveals more than words ever could. Either way, you gain clarity. I am not removing everyone from your life. I am refining your circle. You prayed for elevation, and elevation requires separation from certain energies. The J person is part of this lesson because they touched a sensitive area in you. Do not let resentment take root. Release it to me. I will handle justice. You focus on obedience. Your life is not small. Your calling is not fragile. The presence of one complicated relationship cannot stop what I ordained, but how you respond to it will shape your peace. Stand firm. Speak gently. Move wisely. Trust that I am orchestrating everything for your good. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. As you continue walking through this, I want you to see something deeper. The situation with the J person is not only about them, it is about strengthening you. I am building discernment in you that will protect you in future seasons. What feels uncomfortable now is shaping your spiritual backbone. You have been generous with your time, your energy, and your understanding. You tried to be patient even when your spirit felt unsettled. I saw every silent tear and every moment you questioned yourself. I am telling you clearly that you were not foolish for loving, you were learning. The J person has triggered emotions that surprised you. Sometimes you felt small around them. Sometimes you felt like you had to explain yourself more than necessary. Those feelings were signals, not accidents. I was teaching you to listen to the quiet warnings inside your heart. You often prayed for clarity, and I gave it through discomfort. Growth rarely comes wrapped in comfort. It often arrives through tension that pushes you to mature. You must understand that you are not called to fix everyone. The J person may carry wounds, jealousy, insecurity, or fear. But those are not assignments you are responsible to solve. Compassion does not mean carrying someone else's unresolved battles. You may have felt responsible for their emotions. When they were upset, you rushed to calm the situation. When they were distant, you tried to restore connection. I am gently showing you that not every silence must be chased, and not every mood must be managed by you. The shift I am leading you into requires emotional independence. When you stop reacting to every tone change or subtle remark, you regain authority over your peace. Peace is not something they grant you, it is something I placed within you. There will be moments when the J person tries to re-establish control through familiarity. They may act as though nothing ever happened. They may use humor to brush aside serious concerns. Do not be pulled back into old cycles simply because things feel temporarily calm. Watch consistency over time. Do not let a single kind gesture erase repeated patterns. I am teaching you to evaluate behavior without becoming bitter. You are not required to explain your boundaries repeatedly. Once is enough. If someone continues to cross a line you clearly expressed, that is not misunderstanding, that is disregard. I want you to move with quiet confidence. You do not need dramatic exits or loud announcements. Sometimes the strongest move is a subtle withdrawal. Sometimes the wisest choice is reduced access. The J person may feel your shift and react. They may attempt to guilt you. They may say you have changed or accuse you of being distant. Remember this. Growth always feels like rejection to someone who benefited from your lack of boundaries. You are not rejecting them. You are choosing alignment with me. That alignment will require courage because it means disappointing people who were comfortable with your old tolerance. You may also notice something else. As you begin to pull back, your clarity will increase. You will start seeing interactions more objectively. You will notice details you once ignored. I am sharpening your perception. This is not to make you suspicious of everyone. It is to help you recognize what aligns with your purpose and what drains it. You were chosen for expansion, not exhaustion. If a relationship constantly leaves you depleted, confused, or anxious, it is time to reassess its depth. Not everyone deserves front-row access to your life. There is also a spiritual dynamic at work. When you carry light, it activates reactions in others. Some feel inspired, others feel threatened. The J person may not consciously understand why your growth unsettles them, but their behavior reveals it. Do not dim your light to ease their discomfort. I did not raise you to shrink. I raised you to stand steady in who you are becoming. You will also learn restraint. Not every truth needs to be spoken in the heat of frustration. Timing matters, tone matters. When you speak, let it come from clarity, not emotion. If the J person shows willingness to grow, give space for change without abandoning wisdom. Real transformation is visible over time, not through promises. Patience is valuable, but blind trust is costly. There may be moments when you miss the closeness you once had. Familiarity creates attachment, even when it is unhealthy. Allow yourself to grieve what you hoped it would be. Grief does not mean you made the wrong decision, it means you are human. I am close to you in that process. You are stepping into a stronger version of yourself. That strength will attract healthier connections. As you elevate your standards, your circle will naturally refine. I am removing confusion and replacing it with conviction. The more you obey what I am showing you, the more confident you will feel in your decisions. The J person cannot block what I have ordained for you. But lingering in a draining cycle can delay your peace. That is why I am instructing you now. You are not cruel for choosing stability. You are not arrogant for valuing respect. You are not selfish for guarding your time. This lesson is bigger than one individual. It is about teaching you how to navigate complex relationships without losing your spirit. It is about preparing you for influence and responsibility. When you become more selective with access, you create space for divine connections. The right people will not be intimidated by your boundaries. they will honor them. Continue praying for the J person, but release control of the outcome. You are not their savior, I am. As you move forward, notice the difference in your energy. Notice the quiet confidence building within you. Notice how decisions become easier when you are not clouded by emotional pressure. I am proud of your growth. I am strengthening your discernment. I am teaching you how to love wisely instead of desperately. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. The future I am preparing for you requires emotional intelligence. This moment with the J person is part of that training. Walk gently but firmly, speak kindly but clearly, withdraw when necessary without anger. Trust that I am orchestrating every shift for your protection and elevation. You are not losing anything that is meant to remain. What is aligned will adjust and mature. What is misaligned will fade naturally. Keep your heart open to me. Keep your standards steady. Keep your peace guarded. You sometimes wondered why I did not remove them sooner. You asked me quietly why the tension continued and why clarity did not come instantly. The answer is simple. I was developing your discernment so that next time you will recognize patterns earlier and respond faster. Discernment is a gift, but it grows through experience. The J person highlighted areas where you once tolerated what you should have questioned. They also showed you where your heart still longed for validation. Now you see more clearly, and that clarity is protection. There were moments when they complimented you, yet you sensed comparison hidden underneath. There were times they supported you, yet subtly minimized your victories. These small contradictions created confusion inside you. I was using that confusion to sharpen your awareness. You must no longer ignore subtle discomfort just to keep peace. False peace is expensive. It costs you confidence and slowly erodes your sense of self. True peace may require difficult conversations or quiet distance, but it strengthens your foundation. You are not called to be agreeable at the cost of your identity. You are called to be authentic and anchored. The J person may not be accustomed to this new firmness in you. They may test your boundaries again to see if you will fold. Do not fold. Stay steady. When you respond consistently, they will realize the old access no longer exists. I also want you to release the fear of being perceived as the problem. When you begin protecting your space, some people will misunderstand you. They may label your growth as pride or coldness. Do not internalize their projection. You are not responsible for how others interpret your obedience. You are responsible for following the guidance I place in your spirit. When you walk in alignment with me, peace becomes your confirmation. There is another truth I must reveal. Sometimes the J person is connected to your past version, not your present identity. They relate to who you used to be, not who you are becoming. As you evolve, the gap between you widens. This gap can create friction. They may feel left behind or insecure about your transformation. But you cannot slow down your growth to comfort someone who refuses to grow with you. You are moving into a season where your voice will carry weight. You will make decisions that influence more than just yourself. That is why I am teaching you now how to navigate complexity without losing balance. Do not let nostalgia override wisdom. Remembering good memories does not erase repeated disrespect. Honor the history, but do not let it dictate your future. When you feel tempted to return to old dynamics out of loneliness, pause. Loneliness is temporary. Misalignment can be long-lasting. I am preparing divine alignments that will feel effortless compared to what you have endured. Healthy relationships do not require constant self-defense. They do not leave you questioning your worth. The J person may reach out with sudden warmth once they sense distance. They may attempt to restore closeness quickly. Do not rush reconciliation. Let consistency prove sincerity. If change is real, it will endure. If it is temporary, patterns will resurface. Time always reveals truth. I am also teaching you emotional restraint. Not every frustration needs to be expressed immediately. Sometimes silence is not suppression, but strategic patience. Observe without reacting. Listen without absorbing negativity. Speak only when your words are anchored in clarity. You once felt obligated to explain your decisions in detail. You felt the need to justify why you needed space. That season is over. You do not owe lengthy explanations for protecting your peace. Your peace is sacred. It is not negotiable. There may be days when you question yourself again. Doubt may whisper that you are overthinking. In those moments, return to the calm conviction I placed in you. Anxiety and discernment feel different. Discernment is steady and clear. Anxiety is frantic and loud. What you feel about the J person is steady knowing, not fear. You are learning to trust that inner knowing. That trust will guide you beyond this situation into every future connection. I am refining your standards. You once accepted inconsistent effort because you hoped it would improve. Now you recognize that consistent behavior matters more than hopeful assumptions. This refinement is not about becoming rigid, it is about becoming selective. Selective does not mean closed, it means aligned. As you continue creating distance where needed, you may notice your energy returning. You may feel lighter, more focused, and more motivated. That is not coincidence, that is freedom. Freedom often begins quietly. It does not always arrive with celebration. Sometimes it feels like calm after long tension. I am also healing the part of you that feared abandonment. You sometimes tolerated unhealthy dynamics because you did not want to lose connection. I am showing you that losing what is unhealthy is gain, not loss. The J person cannot take what I have destined for you, but staying entangled in unhealthy patterns can distract you from it. You are stepping into clarity. You are choosing wisdom over impulse. You are learning to love without self-sacrifice. When you look back on this chapter, you will see how necessary it was. You will recognize how much stronger you became through it. Do not harden your heart. Let it remain soft but protected. Softness without boundaries leads to pain. Boundaries without softness lead to isolation. I am teaching you balance. Continue praying, continue observing, continue adjusting. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. If the J person grows, there may be space for healthier interaction. If they resist growth, distance will become permanent. Either outcome is under my control. You are not alone in navigating this. I am guiding each step. I am giving you words when needed, and silence when necessary. Trust the process. Trust the shift. Trust that I am working for your good, even in uncomfortable transitions. The lesson is not about rejection. It is about refinement. And as you refine your circle, you refine your destiny. You are chosen. You are guarded. You are becoming wiser with every decision. Now I want to speak to the deeper layer of this situation, the part that touches your identity. The J person did not only challenge your patience, they challenged how you see yourself. In subtle ways, their words and actions made you question your instincts, your tone, even your value. I allowed that pressure to expose the places where you still depended on outside affirmation. You are learning to anchor your worth in me, not in someone's approval. When the J person praised you, you felt secure. When they withdrew or criticized, you felt unsettled. That pattern revealed how much weight you gave to their opinion. I am shifting that weight back to where it belongs. Your identity is not fragile. It is rooted in who I created you to be. No person has the authority to redefine you. The J person may have a strong personality. They may speak confidently, even forcefully. At times, their certainty made you doubt your own perspective. I am restoring your inner confidence. You do not need to overpower them to stand firm. Quiet conviction is stronger than loud dominance. When you speak calmly and refuse to be intimidated, you reclaim your space. There were times when you replayed conversations in your mind. You analyzed what you said and what they said. You wondered if you misunderstood something or reacted too strongly. I saw those late thoughts and silent tears. You were not overreacting. Your spirit was signaling misalignment. You felt tension because something was off. Stop second-guessing your intuition. I placed that awareness in you for protection. When something repeatedly feels heavy, confusing, or unsettling, it deserves attention. The J person may not intentionally aim to hurt you, but impact matters more than intention. If their behavior consistently leaves you drained, that impact cannot be ignored. I am teaching you to separate compassion from compliance. You can understand someone's struggles without allowing their struggles to disrupt your stability. There is also a pattern I want you to recognize. The J person may shift blame subtly. When conflict arises, they may redirect responsibility onto you. Over time, that pattern makes you doubt yourself. That is not healthy. Accountability must be mutual. Growth requires humility from both sides. You are not called to carry all the emotional responsibility in a relationship. If you are always the one apologizing, adjusting, and initiating repair, imbalance exists. Imbalance cannot continue into your next season. I am elevating you into environments where reciprocity is natural, not forced. You may feel a mix of relief and sadness as you distance yourself. Relief because tension decreases. Sadness because attachment does not disappear instantly. Allow yourself to process both emotions. Healing is not linear. Some days you will feel strong, other days you will miss the connection. In those moments of weakness, come back to the truth. I am your constant. I do not shift with moods or withdraw affection when you set boundaries. You are not losing love. You are losing dependency. Dependency can disguise itself as loyalty. You thought staying through everything proved strength. But sometimes strength is knowing when to step back. The J person may test you one more time. They may create a scenario that pulls on your empathy. They may appear vulnerable and in need. Respond with kindness, but maintain boundaries. Helping does not mean surrendering your peace. You are learning emotional discipline. Discipline protects destiny. There is something powerful happening beneath the surface. As you create healthier limits, you are breaking generational patterns. You are ending cycles of overgiving and under-receiving. This transformation affects more than one relationship. It reshapes how you engage with everyone. You once feared being alone. Now you are discovering that solitude can be sacred. In quiet moments, you hear my guidance more clearly. The noise of tension fades and clarity increases. The J person was part of your journey, but they are not your destination. Whether they remain in a limited capacity or fade entirely, your life continues to expand. I am preparing spaces where your voice is respected, your efforts are reciprocated, and your presence is valued. Do not rush the process. Emotional detachment takes time. Every time you choose peace over reaction, you strengthen your resolve. You may notice that as you step back, the J person reacts unpredictably. They may oscillate between warmth and distance. That inconsistency confirms why boundaries are necessary. Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency builds anxiety. I want you operating from trust, not anxiety. If reconciliation happens in the future, it will be built on clarity and respect. If separation becomes permanent, it will be because alignment no longer exists. Either path is under my watch. You are not walking through this alone. I am shaping your character quietly and steadily. There is also forgiveness to complete. Not surface forgiveness, but deep release. Release the expectation that they will suddenly understand everything. Release the need for a perfect apology. Closure does not always come through conversation. Sometimes closure comes through acceptance. Accept what you experienced. Accept what you learned. Accept that not everyone can meet you at your level of growth. This acceptance frees you from resentment. Resentment ties you to the very dynamic you are trying to leave behind. Freedom requires letting go fully. You are stronger than you realize. The fact that you are evaluating this situation instead of ignoring it shows growth. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is